What's happening, Fitness Tech followers? Kevin up here at Fitness Tech. Today, I'm going to be doing part one and a half of the series on stretching and why stretching might not be working for you. Just to recap real quickly, the first video I placed out, again, kind of covered the groundwork of why stretching doesn't work and the structure of the muscle and how that material actually works inside the body. So go back and catch that video if you didn't get that. We're not going to recap that here. Today, I wanted to talk about one of the other factors in stretching not working for you. So when we stretch a muscle, let's say, I don't know, hamstrings, just because that one is a super easy one. Everybody gets what it feels like to have tight hamstrings. When we put that muscle in a stretch, so when I have somebody laying on their back and I bring that leg all the way up in this position here and they're feeling that tight tissue back here on the back of the leg, and then I bring it back down and then I do it again, and I'm not really eliciting a change that I want or a lengthening or being able to move that further. One of the reasons why that might be happening is because the actual structure of that joint that muscle crosses, and not just particular to the hamstring, any muscle in the body, if the particular joint that muscle crosses isn't actually able to move into that position. So a good example of this with a hamstring is some of the Cirque du Soleil clientele that I have, or not clientele, the acrobats that I work with, or individuals that are been considered hypermobile individuals. Those individuals can take that leg back, almost to behind their ears. And it never fails. They'll get that leg to that position. They're like, oh, Kev, my hamstrings are so tight. Can you fix that? And I'm looking at them with my back about to give out, just watching them move into that position. And I'm thinking, well, no, that there's tightness there because that joint doesn't allow you to go any further into that position. You've maxed out your body's ability to actually move into that position. And what do I mean by that? Kind of the easiest analogy, I think, at least for me to kind of get my head around that, is your skeleton is going to dictate how far you can move bones or joints in any said position. Okay, one of the factors, probably the most concrete and foundational factor to understand. If your structure isn't such that it will allow you to move into a position, then it doesn't matter what you do. My techniques, other techniques, stretching, it's not going to change that joint, the mobility at that joint. Now, another way to think about it is if you are familiar with French doors kind of open out like this, like the hinge is over here and that motion is kind of created this way, or kind of think about it like this way, compared to like a garage door, which kind of goes kind of up like that. Both hinges, both moving completely different planes or different ways of motion there. If I went to that French door, which opens like this, and tried opening it like this, I'm going to break, or we'll say accelerate the wear and tear on that joint. Okay, so again, a French door opens like this. I'm trying to push it up like a garage door. I'm going to ultimately break something. So if you continue to stretch these joints or these muscles, we'll say, that you perceive there to be tightness in, and you're not 100% sure that structure actually allows you to get there, you're actually going to do more damage than good. So that's a big one. You want to really, especially because we're seeing all these stretch labs and things pop up of that nature where you're taken into these end range positions or perceived end range positions by the practitioner. And I don't know that there's a basic understanding that some individuals just don't have that range of motion. So it can definitely cause problems for you. And that's not to put them those organizations. There's some validity to them and there is some benefit, but there's this underlying thing that we have to watch out for called, okay, maybe your structure just doesn't let you move into that position. And that could have been something that you were born with. It could have been like in the case of the hip, you can get like a calcification of the rim here, the coxofemoral joint, which will limit hip mobility. You can have bone spurs. You can have a number of different things happen at all the different joints in the body that would limit it from a structural standpoint. So tread lightly. Don't push through pain. There could be a lot better ways to increase your range of motion other than stretching that will completely do away with having to worry about the structure itself. Stay tuned, more to come.